There's this thing, it's called a profit and loss statement, P&L. If you haven't seen one or you don't look at it, I look at mine pretty much every day almost, because we're fully automated in our accounting systems. So I want to see what's going on profit and loss wise, and I want to do an assessment at the end of the month, and I want to do assessment at the 90-day period. I'm looking at that document as often as I can, because the most important number on that document, what do you think it is? No. Net profit, not profit. Gross profit, really cool. But what I actually get to keep is really important. What I don't have to give away, right? Because what I get to keep is what I get to leverage for my life and for my opportunities. What I have to pay the tax department, I've got to pay that, right, in the market. But I want to know where my net position is as quickly as possible. And here's the scary part. And I know Tim, and I'm not going to mention names, but we know this client because we work with this client together, right? So can you imagine a business that's turning over $2.5 million worth of revenue, right? And their gross profit is about 7%, 8%. It's pretty low.
They were sitting at break even.
Sorry, break even. Yeah, sorry. So a couple hundred, about $250,000, $260,000 a month in revenue at break even. And if they had have kept going the same way for another 2 months, it would have been out of business, because they never really looked at their margin. And the one thing that they did, which is a real mistake, is they counted the customers' ad spend as part of their revenue. Don't do that. Don't do that. Their numbers were skewed because they would say, we generated this amount of cash, because the way they would sell a client is they would sell a client and say, hey, a $10,000 deal, including advertising. So then they would put $10,000 on the balance sheet, and that would be the gross revenue of the business. Don't do that. That's not true. But this is what people do. You need to look at your margins. You need to make sure that you are profitable, that you are covering all your expenses.